Hey, what's going on, family? It's Brother Andrew back again with another video. And today we're continuing our video series for end of the year assessment prep. All right, today we're going to be multiplying, but not just any type of multiplying. We're going to be multiplying some larger numbers, right? So we're going to be multiplying some double digit numbers, and we're going to be using the area model. All right. We call it the box method. So we'll be utilizing the box method today, and we're going to break these big numbers down, break them apart, put them around a box, and that way we're going to be able to easily multiply them together. All right. Hey, stick around to the end because we got another secret prize problem. All right. Get your notebook, grab a pencil, and we're going to jump right on over to the blackboard. The first problem we're going to work on today is 54 multiplied by 7. Now, the number of digits in each number lets us know the size and the shape of the box that we must create. All right, we have a 2-digit number. Therefore, one of our sides has to have at least 2 sections in it. And then we have a single digit number letting us know that one side is only going to need 1 section. So let's draw a box. All right. So this box has 2 columns and 1 row. All right. So now that we have our box drawn, we're going to break our numbers apart. So for my double digit numbers, we're going to break them apart. We're going to put them in expanded form, right? So 54 turns into 50 plus 4. And our 7 is just 7. Now that we have our numbers broken apart and placed around our box, we're going to fill in our box. And the way that we fill in our box is just the same way as if you was reading your multiplication chart. Now, each section of the box is associated with 2 factors, right? So this section right here is associated with the numbers directly above it, and then the number all the way to the left of it. And every box follow that same pattern, right? So for this box right here, the factors associated with this that we're gonna need to find the answer for is 4, because we go to the box and go straight up, then we go back to the box and we go all the way to the left. So 7 multiplied by 4. All right, so let's do the math. Remember, the trick to multiplying numbers that end with zeros is to add those zeros at the end of our answer as well. So if you pay attention to this number, 50, notice how it has this 0 at the end. Anytime you're multiplying by a number that has 0 or zeros at the end, you will add those same number of zeros at the end of the answer that you get. So we have 50. 50 has 1 0 at the end. We'll put that 0 right there. And now we can just focus on whatever numbers are left. So now that we have that 0 in our answer, we don't have to worry about this 0 anymore. We're just going to look at this 5 and this 7. So 5 times 7 is 35. We'll add that in front of the 0. So we have 350. Now we're working on this box. The numbers associated with this box are 4 and 7. So we're going to do 4 multiplied by 7. And our answer is going to be 28. Now that we have our boxes filled in completely, we're going to add these numbers together, because each one of these boxes are pieces of the answer. So they're partial answers. They're parts of the answers. But in order for us to get the whole complete answer, we must add them together. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to take 350 and I'm going to add 28 to that. 0 plus 8 is 8. 5 plus 2 is 7. and then bring that 3 down. Now remember, it's important, like we talked about in our addition video, to make sure we have everything aligned based on our place value and writing it neat and in order. All right, so that's it for our first example. All right, family, that was the basics of the box method. But what do you think will happen if we multiply a 2-digit number by another 2-digit number? Let's check it out. The next problem we're going to work on is 36 multiplied by 24. All right, just like the last problem, we have to draw a box for the numbers that we have, our factors. Now, this number has two-digit numbers. Therefore, we're going to need a larger box. So yeah, we're still going to have 2 columns for the 2-digit number, but now we're also going to have 2 rows to accommodate for our other 2-digit number. Now, just like before, we're going to break these numbers apart, or we're going to put them in their expanded form. So we have 30 plus 6, and then we have 20 plus 4. Each box is associated with 2 factors to give us the answer for that section, right? So this section is going to be associated with the numbers 30 and 20. So 30 multiplied by 20 is what we're going to do to get that answer for this section. Remember the trick I told you when multiplying zeros or numbers with zeros at the end. 30 has a 0 at the end and 20 has a 0 at the end. That's a total of 2 zeros that are at the ends of our factors. So we know that our answer for this section is going to have 2 zeros in that answer. And now that we've filled in those zeros, we're left with a 3 and a 2, and 3 times 2 is 6. So we got 600 for this section. Now, when we're working on this next section right here, the numbers associated with that are 6 and 20. Notice how 20 has a 0 at the end, so we'll put a 0 in the end of the answer for that section. And we'll be left with 6 multiplied by 2. 6 multiplied by 2 is 12. We have 120. Moving on to the next section, the numbers associated with this section are 30 and 4. Notice how 30 has a 0 at the end. Therefore, we're going to put a 0 at the end of the answer for this section. Once we get that 0, we're left with 3 multiplied by 4, which is 12. So we'll have 120 for this section. This last section will be associated with the number 6 and 4. 6 multiplied by 4 is 24. Now we'll just add up all of these sections to get the complete answer. These are what's called partial products, or they're part of the answer. In order for us to get the whole answer, we must add them all together. So we're going to come over here. We're going to do 600 plus 120 plus 120 plus 24. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 4 is 4. Remember, neatness is the key when we're doing this addition or when we're doing anything in math. You want to make sure it's neat. That way you can not get confused or not get lost on your steps. You can complete these properly. Want to make sure your place values are aligned and that you're carrying and regrouping and you're keeping all your markings neat and tidy. So for the tens split column, we have 2, 4, 6. And for my hundreds, we have 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. So 36 multiplied by 24 is 864. Great job. You have all the tools you need to be able to complete these large multiplication problems, whether it's 1 digit by 2 digit or two-digit numbers. You can utilize this box method in order to solve them, break them apart into smaller pieces, and get the correct answer every single time. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I have another secret prize problem for you. Now, the rules for this secret prize problem is you must comment and show me your work. Some of y'all just leaving comments, but I want to see that work this time. All right, so if you want the prize when you see me in school, you must bring me the solved problem and let me see this box method that we've been going over. All right. There you have it. I see you in the next one. Peace.